All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. Yeah, it's a late night. I'm EP as fuck. A weed ball, as the stream title says. Yeah, I could probably move you to the middle. Let me just see how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move it probably around here. All right. Woo! Cool transition. Yeah. So yeah, it's 6:11 p.m. where I am right now. I just got back from I basically had lunch slash dinner like 40 miles away. I was out of town, which is why we're a little late. So yeah. Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting to be that long. The place had like a 45-minute line, but food was worth it, I will say. But yeah, Nihilist for Streamer University dubstep lessons. Yes. All right. So, as per Sasha's request, I moved their submission down to the middle. So our queue looks like we're starting with Kawaii, then Spicy, then Breaker, Potato Tot, Sarai, Lucid. Then we're getting to the Nora and Late Eyes collab, like number 5, I think. It seems to be very best friends now. Then Extraner, then Tenexity, then Ursh, Bipod, It's Juno, Boom, and finishing off as usual with Cynic. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the screen. Alright. And I made sure I tested the audio. I found out what the issue was yesterday. I didn't have my audio driver set as an active monitor source. So, pain. So, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me just pull up the thingy and reset. Alright. Alright, we're gonna get started with Kawaii's remix of While You Were Gone by Strepto, Kingsley, and Akonon. I think I butchered that. But, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's start off the night. Hopefully this is a strong one, so let's go.
say it's crazy. We don't say rising into love. There's in it the idea of the fall. And it goes back, as a matter of fact, to extremely beautiful.
While you were gone, I couldn't stop thinking about the last time you made me smile. 'Cause you ever wanna let me feel what I couldn't feel on my own. 'Cause it's been a little while.
Of course, we call it the chair base. Alright. There appears to be like a full minute of silence or something. But great way to start off the stream. I do feel like your snare is really getting buried in the mix. You might want to play around with your sidechaining and maybe drum gain staging. Yeah, it does feel a little drowned. I mean, so personally, I like my drums that are really sticking out. So it might just be a personal thing. But yeah, the melody writing in this thing is great, I will say. It's amazing. And this whole thing is a vibe. I would love to see a little more of a switch up for the second drop, since Breaker kind of mentioned it is a copy paste drop. But I think other than that, maybe bring down the vocals a little as well. I know Tenexi mentioned that the little foghorn bass, aka the chair dragging on the ground bass, you know what I'm talking about, is a little loud. I thought it was fine, but feel free to play around with that as well. Other than that, great solid start. And we're gonna move on to Spicy with Remover. Alright. Let's just do the reset measurements here, and here we go. really see what you're trying to do with this one. It's kind of giving me like the minimal Konodo and Madcore vibes. All right. I do feel like that you could one of these 16 bar sections for the outro needs to go. It's a bit long of an outro, I would say, at least personally. And when it comes to that main bass, I'd give it some more high end. Because it's really like mid heavy, but that's literally all it has, really. I'd give it a little bit more like frequency content, but that's just me. And I'd also add some of like those they're like chimes in the background if you're really trying to go for that like Konodo, like Madcore kind of vibe. I do think it could use a little more ear candy in the back. Other than that, I do like this tune. I find the vocal funny. It's like remover. Yeah, the new slang is crazy. I gave up after the Italian brain rot stuff. Damn, I'm old. I'm 23. Alright. Next up, we have Breaker with Falling. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's go.
Wish I could say it. Wish I could say it. Sometimes we fall, sometimes we get it. Sometimes we fall, sometimes we fall in love.
Alright. That was really good. That was pretty sick. It gives me really like those old like Future Trap vibes for sure. Like this like beginning section up until like after that like old trap drop. That stuff is like the cleanest mix down I've heard from you, I will say. But once you get to like this outro with the vocals, it starts distorting like crazy. And I suspect it's due to like you wanting to bring up the vocals. You're probably gonna need to work on some gain staging, so like I would probably turn everything else down, and then so that way it gives you some room for your vocal to breathe without just absolutely distorting the mix. Yeah, that vocal is also really like distorted, and it's really heavy in like those, the low mids. And the whole mix in that section too is also being pretty heavy on that. If I'm not mistaken, you're still using BandLab Mobile, so given your limitations, like this is really darn good. Like if you can, maybe like put an EQ, like and control like the low mids. Oh, it's an extra layer of reverb. Yeah, that might explain it. And I think you should probably also like high pass that reverb if you can. I don't know if BandLab Mobile has like the effect sends like stuff. I don't know what you're using, but yeah, this is a really good, this mix down toward the beginning. I'm like literally having a stroke right now. But this whole like first 2/3 of it is easily some of the cleanest stuff I've heard from you. So great job keeping the work up. Love seeing you improve, and I love seeing y'all improve, chat. But yeah. Next up, we have Potato Toss Flip of Go by Clipping. Will it be Clipping? Maybe. Alright. Let's go ahead. Let's go.
Run it down. Run it, cable underground. Run it down. Run it, cable underground. Run it, sink into the spaces in between the applications aren't on the map, and just to step into them is to have the revelation that there's something more than what is getting to the user channels usually. Spinning through the mainframe, it's a giant brain. Lose yours, everything is okay. Move. Run it now.
All that sound design done on a mobile bot. Crazy.
Run it now.
Intro stuff reminds me of like Punishment's new stuff, and I'm all for it. Cricket noises. What is with this silence?
underground. Run it, sink into the spaces in between the applications aren't all the mapping just to step into the bits to have the revelation that there's something more than what is getting through the user channels usually.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the highs are as piercing as everyone else is saying, at least on my end. But I do think the highs do need to come down a little bit. And I think it's really, especially with those bleep loops where you're probably doing the I am abusing the Nyquist frequency thing, which is basically you're going over half the sample rate. And from there, it just starts sounding like beep boop noises. So you might want to like put an EQ there. From what I remember, Lucid telling me that Oxy doesn't really have like master processing, like in terms of like being able to put an EQ on the master. So you're gonna have to go digging and find out the source of all that high end. And you're gonna have to do that on probably each individual track, and that's gonna be a task. So, oh yeah, Oxy's EQ is crap. Yeah. But for a mobile DAW, the fact that you were able to create all this like insane sound design is beyond me. Fuck highs be like Nimda. I mean, even Nimda has his high end pretty controlled, I will say. It's not like super ear piercing, I'd say. But at the same time, like with that stuff, yeah, the high end does need to be a little distorted because it's tear up. All right, but yeah, good work on this. You probably have a hefty task ahead of you with all that EQ work. So best of luck with that. Okay. All right. Next up, we have a long track. We got track The Long Way. We got Sarai, I think formerly Anarksky, from what I've heard. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but we got Dissect VIP from them. I haven't heard the original, so I can't really compare it to that, so let's give it a look. Yeah, but something really feels off. American Josh dude, thanks for the follow. Josh, dude, submissions are closed for this one. I close it like typically an hour before the stream starts. Sorry, but you can submit in my Discord. Let me just... Why isn't the command working? Hold on, just type the command real quick. Yeah, it's because I have to download all the submissions so I can put in my DAW. Hold on. Well, that's funny. I think the bot has crashed. Yeah, once the song's over, I'm gonna pause the stream so I can just grab that link for you. Alright, you know what you gotta do, American Josh, dude? Good to have you. Yeah. And I think I know what that issue is really. That Tenexity you beat me to it. The mix lacks a lot of mids and low mids. And that's really where all the beef for your sounds come in. Because without those, it sounds really empty. I know in some cases that can work, but usually with those cases where you're trying to keep it super empty, it's not so much like the high end. I just made my cursor big. Woo! Big cursor. Woo! All right, but yeah, if you're gonna go for that like super empty route, your sounds need to be like really dominant in the low mids and mids area, not so much the high end area. And I do feel like I see you gave it a shit ton of headroom in terms of the master volume. You could turn it up 6 dB, and you still won't be clipping. Let's just see how this sounds here. Other than that, the mix sounds really solid. It's just adding that those low mids, mid frequencies, to really give this some beef, really. But other than that, this is pretty good. I really like the experimental nature of this. Again, kind of gives me like newer Punishment vibes. But yeah, maybe you could add like some like brown noise layer. Like, I don't know, you gotta do something to give it some presence in the, I already said it, and I'll say it again, you need something to fill up that area right over here, where my cursor is. But I really like the idea. The idea is insane. I just feel like this could be fleshed out a little more. But yeah, thanks for the submission. Next up, we have Lucid with Abyssal. They submitted 2 tunes, but I could only take 1. Okay. What is brown noise, you may ask? So let me just grab Kilohertz phase plant real quick. And I'm going to load up the noise oscillator. So, I don't think you're going to be able to read the text below the knob here. But essentially, what brown noise is it's white noise, but you're giving it like a tilt EQ. Like, cause what brown, it's essentially white noise, but with like a low pass filter. You can hear it's missing a lot of the highs, but when I turn it to white noise, a lot of the highs are there. So, yeah, that's what brown noise is. Lessons one, okay, so I heard that it's Juno, and it seems it is indeed true. So yes, fact checkers, I'm safe from the fact checkers. But yeah, yeah. So now you know what brown noise is from an audio engineer. All right, we're gonna get started with Abyssal from Lucid. Let's go. I mean, pink noise is pretty close to brown noise. Like, those are, you could probably use pink noise as well, just a little more filtering. Purple noise. I don't know if that exists. I'd have to look that up. I know I think there's like red noise and other weird colors. Blue noise. I gotta take a look into it. I am going to wheel that. We just went from like a chill ambient section to some of the most brutal shit I've heard. Kick where it has like a pretty high-end transient, because that's really what's gonna give it the stomp. Oh, Sasha, that sounds good. Baked potato and cheese with egg on the side. Now on breakfast, and it's almost 7 p.m. for me. That's a sting! Yeah. The only feedback I really have, again, is that kick. Because not only is it super distorted, it's also insanely stereo. And usually you want, like, your kick pretty mono, since it is more of a bassy instrument. So, just really fix that. I would find a new kick sample. But other than that, I really like this. Y'all mobile DAW users are always finding some way to fascinate me. It's crazy. Yeah. I have no other feedback other than just the kick criticism. But yeah. Actually, maybe I'll give it a little more transition between the like the build up and the drop. Lil X the God, thank you for the follow. Oh, we're at 110. Nice. We're at 110. Thanks for the 110th follow. All right. Yeah, I close the submissions like an hour before the stream typically. You can always submit next week. Unfortunately, my stream bot appears to be down, so I am going to cut the stream temporarily. Well, not cut the stream, but I'll be back. I am going to grab that Discord link for you. Be right back. Alright, are we back? Oh, I just realized I have my Discord open still. Oops! You saw nothing. But yeah, I had to grab the Discord link. I think the Stream Elements bot, went down, which is how I get the, Discord and submitting, commands working. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to take a look into that issue. I'll definitely look into it later, but for now, let me just pin that, yeah. There we go. Cynic, you keep pinging the wrong bot. It's not the Ko-Fi stream bot, it's this guy. Yeah. Ko-Fi stream bot, you did nothing wrong. I got it. Yeah, apologies, Ko-Fi. Please don't demonetize me. Alright, next up, we have... I think this is like collab number 5 between these two. We have Nora and Late Eyes with Wasn't You. Alright, let's go ahead and get on started. Ooh, this is already sounding pretty intense.
Turn up the
Chat, we got Isonoc 2 Electric Boogaloo before GTA 6. Real. I have no feedback. Okay, Stream Elements, we get you're here. We get you're trying to catch up. You can shut the fuck up, Stream Elements. But yeah, easily my favorite of the stream so far. And it might be hard to beat. You all have competition. Alright. Yeah, I have no feedback. You two are like a duo made in heaven or something. Alright. Next up we have Extrenor with Terra Drama. Alright. Let's see the drama unfold then. And I will grab some water real quick.
What they say, man, they can't hang with a true boy, but I don't gang bang. I just drop knowledge of the Wu-Tang Clan when I'm what you got, man, that's Suzanne. Man, I've been in the club. Ladies look green, I can get some love. I'm seeing from above. Never look to my right. Seeing a gal looking fly, just my type. Swiftly and light in her third eyesight and expand her brain like the words I write.
Yeah, I definitely know which track you tried to reference. And it's pretty well done, I will say, given that. I will say, I kind of said it, but I'm going to say this in full. You can literally take the off drops and literally just paste it into any song in the same key, no matter what subgenre of bass music, and it's gonna work. This is one of those that just works with everything. Like, watch this just be like a chime micro drop switch up, and it would still work. But yeah, I think this is a kind of a creative decision, but also a mixing decision that you can make. It's what I call the D-line approach, where you pretty much hyper compress the drop. Like, you could probably just slap on an OTT and just turn the time down, like, really low. To just absolutely squash the dynamics. I think that's what D-Line does. Like, you can, with his, like, super heavy stuff. And you can tell with that stuff, it's, like, hyper compressed. So, just something you can consider, because I personally think it could work. I think it could work. Alright. But yeah, other than that, you've also been improving a lot. Very proud of you, man. Keep up the good work. Alright, next up, we have Tenexity with distortion. Alright, there better be distortion Tenexity, or I'm suing you for misinformation. Alright. Again, I've said it many times in the past, but I wish I could turn the ads off, but then I lose all my affiliate privileges. So, pain. Alright, let's get into Haha Distortion. Alright, what's this at the end? Oh, there's more. a jump scare. Yeah. The only feedback I have is, here, I'll do it for you. Done. Oh, and one more thing, since it's called Haha Distortion. Haha Distortion. More Haha Distortion. Why is it still so clean? With 28.6 dB of drop. Alright, I had my fun. Yeah. Only feedback I have is please put a clipper on your master because because it's clipping. But other than that, sounds like the Disfig 808 clip. Alrighty. Okay, I've had my fun. Yeah. Alright, next up we have, I think this is a Murata shit remix. It's from none other than the rising legend Ursh. So let's give it a listen. Oh yeah, this is a Murata shit remix. It's slow. Oh hey Legos, you missed your submission. Hands on my favorites so far.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
And it just cuts off midway. Okay. Again, soft clipper on your master, please. Or something to avoid the clipping. But, I need more from this. It feels so wrong just having it cut off like that for some reason. But yeah. Other than that, good shit. Pun intended. Alright. Next up, we have Bipod with I Know. I haven't heard Bipod in a while again. Let's give this a whirl.
Asleep, yeah, what? To me, you call to me, yeah.
Alright. So a couple things. One, again, with the clipping master, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why everything's clipping here. But, yeah. I think you need to fix that. And also, I can't hear the guitars over that sub. You either need to turn the sub down or the guitars up. One of those. Because the sub is drowning everything. When it comes to, like, the guitar stuff. But other than that, I really like that. Like I said, I think I can see Scarlord hopping on this beat, so maybe potential idea. Alright. We have 3 tracks to go. First of these 3, we have It's Juno. I haven't heard anything from you in a while as well. And this is, I don't think this has a name, it's just a neo-dub tune for their album, so. Alright. Let's give this a listen then. Yeah, I think the overall game staging could definitely use some work, and also, I'm just gonna slap this on real quick, and play around with it during the drop. Give me a sec. Yeah, I would it sounds kind of muddy, and, I think you really oversaturated those basses, I think, because, all the dynamics are just being absolutely just taken away. Because I can't really hear any, like, transients and stuff. And these are stab basses where you really want those transients. So, just something to fix, and you're probably gonna need to work on the gain staging a little bit. just so you can like clean this up a little because everything just sounds like it's clashing. Like, but yeah, I do think this is a good, solid first attempt for like a neo dub track. I think this is a pretty solid, but it's just the mixing that really needs work. But yeah, I'm glad you're back from that hiatus you mentioned. Welcome back. And I hope you continue to send stuff my way, okay? Keep on working on it, and I'd love to see what you make. Alright? Let's go ahead. Second to last, we have Boom with Indulge. I will indulge myself. Thank you. Alright, let's go. This intro could also go well with like a trance beat or something. Quite indulge myself with that one. Thank you for that. It's really one of those tunes. Like you all mentioned it in the chat, but it's so simple, but it definitely gets the job done. And those, like I said, those little like tiny stabs in the back, those are fucking sick. I do think you could turn down the stereo width because it's insanely wide. And I have a feeling your mono compatibility is gonna go out. Let me just check something real quick. So I'm gonna pull up fertility. I am going to collapse the mix to mono, and let's see how it sounds in mono. Never mind. It's fine in mono. Never mind. Ignore that last part then. But yeah. Yeah, you always have like great ideas, whether they're simple or they're absolutely crazy. They always seem to get the job done. So, good job. That's all I have to say. All right, last tune for the night. And then I get to go EP time. Though I have to take a shower. I'm all sweaty from the hike I took earlier. I'm a little stinky. Alright. We have Cynic's remix of Wait For You by DMA. Alright, let's take a listen. those vocals, though!
Waiting for you to come back has been the hardest thing I've ever had to endure. But if it means seeing you again, then I think it's all worth it. I'll wait for you.
Be gone, bot. How dare you ruin the vibes, bot. Alright. Okay. I have one thing of feedback, but it's really like a creative choice that I feel could really benefit the song. During this second drop here, is whenever the vocal comes in, I would personally put like a quarter note or half note delay or like echo effect on it. Like, I feel like that could really add to the vibe. It's a technique I like to do when I'm like kind of doing chill stuff, and it just adds, and just something as simple as like an echo effect. It just does so much, really. Yeah, give that a shot. But yeah, I know DM8 knows about this. You said that in chat. I can't wait to see the final product of this, and I definitely want to see this get released on something on a label like that's kind of like half heart project, because you definitely deserve, like, all that stuff. Like, I'm hoping you get, like, you just shoot out, and just take off. But yeah, well, that's it for the stream. Submissions are open for next week. Hopefully I am going to be back to the Mondays at 4 p.m. consistency. And further reminder that if you subscribe to my Twitch, sorry for the self-plug, but if you subscribe, you get priority feedback. So just a little something to consider. And also, I got to do a watermark for the Homie Novelcide once again for their Novels of Novelcide Volume 3 mix, which came out literally last night. I suggested run it up because a lot of the songs in there are just absolutely cracked. Other than that, I will say, new music coming soon. You might want to pay attention to my label, because something big is going to be happening pretty soon. But other than that, that's really all I have for tonight. I am EP as fuck right now. So I'm going to get ready for bed and just go and do the Hulk shoe with the frog. Alright. But yeah, thank you all for showing up, and I hope to see y'all next week. Alright, bye-bye!